the champion.
What it
Definitely
is.
feed off
We're
what
gonna
the
win.
managers-
I
See,
believe.
like,
Okay, we are back. You know, we are back. It's a very stupid situation, but we are back. You know them ones. And why is my screen so small? What is this, bro? Look how bro. This is taking a mic, bro. How many times do I have to fix this? Bro, this is getting annoying now, bro. Leave my layout and everything alone, bro. That's it. Thank you very much. I don't expect everyone to come back. You know what I mean? But Rafinha's dad tried to get us, bro. Rafinha's dad tried to get us, bro. Or whoever, his wife, his dad, whatever everyone's saying, innit? But we're back. I ain't having it from no one, bro. You know what I mean? We're not having it. Yeah? This is what Rafinha's dad was trying to do to us, bro.
Important, man. Don't be scared. Hey, that guy's trying to take the stone and throw it to me. Scumbag, I've seen you. You look at me and trying to throw the stone at me.
He tried to get man, bro. He tried to get me down. Let me rest. You know what I mean? Let me rest. I'm here finally doing a stream for the man them, and then he's trying to take me down, bro. You know them ones. I ain't having it. Yeah, I ain't having it, bro. Think the computer's getting hot and that. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to not stream? You know them ones. And listen, chat. Apologies for the stupidity. You know them ones. We'll just wait a little bit and see which people come back, which people don't come back. I know there's other people that are live as well. But yeah, hit the like button. Yeah. On this channel, we try to keep up with the 100% like ratio. So I don't wanna keep asking because you lot also don't like when people always ask you lot to hit the likes, but you don't know what it does for a channel. You know what I'm saying? Especially a smaller channel. So make sure you hit the like button. It's free. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? If you want to support the channel, the best way to support the channel is by actually liking the video and subscribing and all that. But if you want to send a super chat, whatever, it's up to you. And I'm so up to the chat. Anyway, now, I forgot what you tried to do to me. So we're going back. We're going back. Now the internet's messing about. Brother, I'm good. Don't let me end this stream 3 minutes in. You know the one. Now, we're going back to what I was looking for, bro. Rafinha. Tell me about Rafinha, bro. So let's go back. We want to read. Yeah, you don't be dirty, bro. I was trying to read. When Rafinha and his wife tried to buy the 10 million euro mansion, they discovered they could not cover the cost. Both Rafinha and his wife was left shocked. Rafinha's wife was the key to uncovering the truth. She gathered the entire family and asked, how is this even possible? That's when Rafinha discovered that 80% of his image rights were going to his father, while he was only receiving 20%. Note, reports were previously denied by his wife, Natalia Belloli. She said that the claims are absurd and that they would still feel very blessed even with only 10% of his current earning. So she's essentially trying to say that she does not care what the earnings are, but it's weird that he's taking 10% or he's taking 20%. Yeah. Man, I saying he cried to sign for Al Hilal. I don't know. So there isn't much news in it. A lot of this is rumors, bro. Rafinha's father would have betrayed him by keeping 80% of his image and earnings throughout his career. This situation would have been discovered by the Brazilian player when he tried to buy a mansion for his partner. with his partner so that he didn't have sufficient funds. The financial crisis that led him to consider possible missing the 2026 World Cup would be related to these episodes. That's crazy, bro. Because now he's thinking, hold on. So you telling me that he can't even get credit? You know what I mean? Like, he can't get credit. Is that what we're saying? You know, like, this is the thing, though. He can't get credit for the people that are coming back to the stream, bro. Rafinha's dad tried to take us down, bro. You know what I mean? But we're back. You know what I'm saying? We are back. But yeah, listen, I don't even know what to say. This is quite surprising, isn't it? I've never seen anything like it. Like, in terms of it being like your father or something. Obviously, these are rumors, isn't it? And I'm not gonna come here and tell you like, yo, listen, a man took his money and that. You know, like I wouldn't be able, I can't really say that because this is not something normal. You get me? This is not something normal, people, bro. For you to lose, for you to have your father do that, yeah, it's not normal, innit? And I don't know if his father's his agent or whatever it is, but yeah, this is crazy. Now, you're gonna go through some of the news. If Chelsea news pops up, we'll have a talk about it because it's a bit mixed up. I don't know what's going on and stuff like that. So we'll go to Pies first and see what he's saying. Um, Lacroix is expected. We spoke about this earlier. 55 million euros, 47.4 million pounds. We'll see if L'Equipe's being honest or not. You know what I'm saying? We'll have a look at that. See what other um journalists and that are saying. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what that's happening. Now, Elliot Anderson to Manchester City. Yeah, 130 million pounds. I think it's changed now because I'm pretty sure Man City came out or someone came out and said it's 113 or 116. It's not 130, blah blah blah. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? 22 hours ago, Ben Jacobs said Chelsea are going to be busy and there could be now a flurry of business as they look to find a system to fit Alonso. Chelsea are happy with their ball playing centre back options, are now looking for a co partner. At the moment, no bid for Lacroix, but an inquiry. Chelsea are looking for creative minded attacker and could look at centre mid options if Enzo leaves. Chelsea still waiting for Real Madrid to formally contact them, and Enzo hasn't agreed personal terms yet. That's a bit premature. Now, you could well, a lot of clubs anyway agree personal terms first and then do the deal with the club because you never know what could and couldn't be happening. So it doesn't make sense for you to just do go and first bid for the player and then try to go for personal terms. You don't even know if the player wants to come to you. This is the video about Palestri being in London. Um, Chelsea want to go for one centre back as soon as possible, working on a Lacroix deal. Chelsea could then go for another centre back name depending on the exits. Chalobah could be two new centre backs for the Blues. Chelsea believe Lacroix would add height and physicality into their defense. He would. Like, for me, I think Lacroix is a very good signing, bro. You know, that's something. You know what's mad? Yeah, a lot of people weren't even mentioning his name. That we need to do is go back to the first game of the season last season on the Maresca. Him and Richards defended really well against us, and we left with it. I think we were at home, but we drew. You know what I'm saying? We know how good Lacroix is anyway. So at this moment in time, with how poor our centre backs are, at the same time, I don't think that in this situations, beggars can't be choosers, bro. And he's Premier League proven. 26. I don't think this is bad. Like, I genuinely, I can't come here and tell you like this is a bad signing, bro. You get me? Yeah. Chelsea and Ramon is true, but as of today, Chelsea have other options at the top of their list. Como sent official bid to Chalaba, Inter also interested. So people do want Chalaba. Like, I don't think, you know what it is, yeah? I think it depends on how you want to play Chalaba. I think it's similar to, what's the other player, chat? What's that player? What's his name again, bro? Oh, my days. What's his name? The Sassy. In the box, he's not bad. It's when you start getting him to do other stuff, is when he looks rubbish, bro. Like, in the box, just sitting back, deep defending. he's not the worst. We've seen him at West Ham. It's when he does when he start making him do complicated stuff, he doesn't have the IQ for that. You know what I mean? Um, Alonso is not expected to exclusively rely on the 3-4-2-1 that brought success by Leverkusen. Palestra can also be used as a fullback as well as a wing back on either side. However, Alonso urged his club to bring in the versatile Italy international for a reason. Yeah, because he has to figure out whether he has to play. He could try play the 3-4-2-1, and if it doesn't work, if he has players that can only play the three in the back or only play wing back, then he's in trouble. So I cannot understand where that's coming from. Um, Multiple clubs in the Premier League and Europe are interested in signing Gusto. This is by Simon Johnson. Is it Simon? Yeah, Simon Johnson. Real Madrid have started personal talks with Enzo Fernandez. And Chelsea have internally discussed Leeds fullback Goodmanson as an option to replace Gusto. Nah, nah, nah. I ain't having it. I ain't having it. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? But he was rubbish against us. He was rubbish against us, bro. Yeah, I ain't having it. That's all I'm saying, bro. I ain't having this. So, we got the here we goes, we got all that kind of stuff. Let's actually go to Fabrizio Romano's page because you got a lot of news there. Screen share the second monitor. And we got the here we go first and foremost for Eddie Anderson. He said deal in place between clubs fee for £116 million. City sources confirm agreement now done after talks at final stages, as reported last week. Anderson asked Forest today to go and leave the club, medical in the US. And the one that was surprising when my stream ended, Goncalo Ramos to AC Milan. Here we go. Deal agreed between the clubs and on the player side. Club record signing for AC Milan, breaking Leao record as it was 50 million. Deal fee will be way in excess of this with add-ons. Deal also done on the player side. So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know what I think about this player. Would he get a bit more freedom playing at AC Milan? He obviously doesn't get as much minutes as all the other players that he's in the team in. At PSG, he's not like a favorite or someone that plays consistently. But I don't know. I don't really rate him like that. But he could offer. He still offers you something. You know what I'm saying? But more than 50 million euros. I don't know. Now the big one today was Nico Paz. Nico Paz ended up getting recalled. Not necessarily recalled. They activated this buyback clause. Real Madrid and Como had a conversation and ended up not recalling him, but triggering the buyback clause. I'm pretty sure the low. I think they sold them Nico Pass for 6 million. Yeah, and if I'm not, I could be wrong, but that's what I read. Yeah, sold him for 6. The buyback was for 9. You know what I mean? And essentially, what they do is they sell you the player with a buyback clause, and then if you develop the player well, then obviously when they buy him back, you can either buy him from them or you get a bit of money for developing the player. So within the time he spent at their place, he upped his name and became a better player and all that kind of stuff. When he goes back to Real Madrid, um, Como make 3 million. That's their gift for essentially for developing the player. Now, what's funny about this is that at that point, at this point, Como are very, very happy with him. They want him to stay. They've kind of they've realized that they want him. You know what I'm saying? The problem is they he obviously ends up being going back to Real Madrid, but he then told Real Madrid, I want to go back to Como. Now, um obviously they were saying that it will be decided in 48 hours. Como then started talks because Fabregas and Como, both of them together, were saying, you know what? We need to buy him. We need to keep him. Blah 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 blah. They went and spent 60 million euros to buy him from Real Madrid, and he's essentially wanting to stay at Como. And yeah, Real Madrid will keep control of Nico and maintain buyback clause. Nico wanted to stay at Como. Agreement reached as Como will rebuy Nico pass from Real Madrid, but they have to buy him for 60 million. So that's it. So they've ended up keeping him. So that's done. Um, in another piece of news, Arsenal made approach in the last 24 hours for Bruno Guimaraes. Planned to try open talks for 55 million euros was immediately rejected by Newcastle. NUFC wants to keep Bruno and told Arsenal they won't sell for that fee. I don't know. I've been saying that they probably need a midfielder, but I don't know if I would say to that extent, bro. I'm pretty sure they were valuing him when he wanted to leave last summer for like 100. So how the hell are you gonna pull up and say I'll give you 50? Someone needs to explain that one to me, innit? Yeah, Onana's going back on loan to Trabzonspor in Turkey. Um, and yeah, so they decided they want to keep Onana. You know what I'm saying? Here's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's Onana at the end of the day. So yeah, Juve are doing talks again. And I think Brandon Colomwani wants to essentially go back to Juve. So they'll see what they do on that one. Uh, Fiorentina have completed all details to sign Brazilian centre back Vieira from Garameo. 50 million euros plus 2 million add-ons. Uh, bu- bu- Other than that, there are few scores, no news here. These man, I swear down here, these man are just anytime someone plays well at the World Cup, they just were interested. You know, the ones were interested. So yeah, teams qualified. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, that's it. Anything else? So they did kind of submit a official bid. I just thought it was random to see it the way we saw it. You know what I'm saying? Without anything. Yeah, so there isn't necessarily any transfer news yet. That was the main transfer news, isn't it? But we'll look at some of the rumors because a lot of these are just mainly rumors, not necessarily news. If we're gonna be honest, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what's popped up today, and then we'll end the stream in it. Cause bro, computer ain't doing well. Everyone that was here earlier disappeared, which was kind of my fault anyway, because the computer crashed. We'll take responsibility, bro. Computer crashed, but it's my fault, innit? It is what it is. Now, the Goncalo Ramos news you talked about. United don't have to little intensified the interesting club Tijuana. Yes. Yes. Next. Oroxo is set to travel to Manchester on Sunday to undergo his medical and complete his move to Manchester United. The Colombian will travel alongside United chief scout Giuseppe Antonaccio before being officially unveiled as a United player. I don't know, bro. I didn't even know they signed another player. Shaquille Van Persie has reportedly decided to present Morocco at international level instead of the Netherlands. Robin Van Persie has previously stated he would let his son make his own choice. Okay, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that. I didn't even know his wife was Moroccan. I know who Shaquille Van Persie was, but I didn't know it was Moroccan. But listen, he is what he is. You know them ones. Tonight, Haaland versus Mbappe and Valverde versus Yamal. AC Milan have reached an agreement to sign Gokamo Ramos. Yeah, that's your fraud. Yeah, he's going to the Spaghetti League. He's going to the Spaghetti League, bro. We got the here we go, lad. You know what I'm saying? He's leaving PSG. He can't make it there, bro. You know what I mean? Kinski has reached a full agreement with Tottenham over a new contract. The 23-year-old goalkeeper said that already died down until 2023. Yeah, listen, it's dark. Hey, Funds, bro, you missed the first stream because the first stream's cracked. The first stream crashed, yeah. We're talking about someone mentioned the Rafinha situation, and that stream just went. The minute we started reading about the Rafinha situation, the computer said, "Nah, you get me." Luis Diaz's dad, no, not Luis, Rafinha's dad, yeah, locked off my stream. He just locked off my stream, bro. No consideration, nothing for me, bro. He just locked off my stream. Yeah, I don't know why. I'd like him to come out and apologize, bro, like he did Kendrick. Dark, bro. I swear. Obviously, Nico Paz, the whole ordeal, Como deal values the midfield at 60 million, but that's not the transfer fee. Real Madrid retain a buyback clause and a significant sell-on percentage, keeping control of the player's future. He's bro, they got him on lock, bro. They even when Como decided to buy him, they still put a buyback clause and a significant sell-on percentage. Brother, like, just let the team buy him, bro. For 60 M's they slapped on him. Halas, bro, just let him go. If you wanted to be at Real Madrid, and what are you saying? Como's knock's a different knock. You know? Hey, Como's knock's different, bro. Yeah, like Como's knock's different. Many salaries not expected to be a stumbling block for Manchester United if they pursue this deal this summer. The Red Devils are prepared to make the Real Madrid midfielder one of the club's highest paid players with the personal terms unlikely to pose any issues. United remain well positioned should they decide to push ahead with this move. Yeah, anyone that been watching my World Cup stream knows, innit? This Mark Werner, bro, he been talking about the Germany thing. Yeah, but we'll see. Tottenham. Hey, by the way, yeah. Remember Fonz when Hamza was full screen saying Anderson coming to City. He done whatever it took, bro. He must have been messaging his contact saying, bro, you have to get that one done, bro. I can't get cooked on that one. I haven't. I seen it, but I haven't yet. You know what I'm saying? So you missed that part. We'll talk about that part. Tottenham are interested in signing Marmoush. Arsenal had talked to Bruno Guimaraes. We spoke about this. Kola Moani, Juve. Marcus Rashford takes extreme step to secure Tottenham Hotspur move. He's my one everyone. He's my one everyone, bro. Tottenham are prepared to offer Sandro Tolani a contract with more than 275. Oh, whoa. You know that was whoa. They when they said they're back in my man, they're really not lying, you know. Yeah, they got 100 million. The what's it called? The Lewis family injected 100 million pounds into the club. It's not just transfer money, but it's also for the club and whatever. How you pulling up to Newcastle thinking you can get Bruno for 55 million though? They were trying to sell him for 100 last summer. Now 5 hours ago, Tonali reaches full agreement with Hotspur. Like I told you, like this page for me, yeah, is I call it the rumors page, bro. United interested in the superstar. Under the Stegen is chose close to joining Ajax on a season long loan. Ooh. I hear what you're talking about, you know. These man, they that's it. They they got the trap ready, bro. They got them lines. Do you get me? If you go past that line, you know what I'm saying, something's gonna go off by the door, bro. You know what I mean? They got them trap lines, bro. Um Chelsea have stepped up the interest for Mike Manyan by holding fresh talks with AC Milan. Goalkeeper Mike Manyan or whatever representative. The Blues are in contact with Manyan's agent Jonathan Kebe to assess the conditions of a potential move, although no official bid has been submitted. This guy's weird though. Like if we were gonna come for him this summer, yeah, like or January, I don't know why he signed that new contract, bro. He signed that new contract, bro. Dead. He didn't sign that new contract. Who cares about Nathaniel, bro? United have joined the race for Julian Alvarez after making direct. Nah, bro, I ain't falling for that. Chalobah has re-emerged as a defensive target for Inter Milan ahead of the summer transfer window. The Chelsea centre-back is back on the Nerazzurra's shortlist as they continue assessing alternatives, although Umar Solet remains their preferred option for now. So there's some random done that I don't know about who's ahead of Chalobah. Yeah. Inter are expected to keep Chalobah under consideration as they look to strengthen their defense. You know what it is, Fonz? You might have to look at on Judge Moore's content this season. He's gonna adopt the Hussam one. I hate Chelsea, yeah, because we hijacked that Palestra guy from them, and now we might end up giving him some of the defenders that he doesn't rate. So he might start. You know, you guys already know how it goes. He's gonna turn on Chelsea, bro. If this keeps continuing, yeah, he's gonna turn on Chelsea. Yeah, people will say he's a Chelsea fan. All of a sudden, Chelsea hater, bro. It's gonna be that quickly. Chalobah and Akanji backline. Oh my days, dark. Bournemouth have joined the race to sign Richard Rios. They're not playing. You know what I'm saying? They're not playing. Is Gumaras is looking for a new opportunity, is it? New contract. He wants to stay, innit? You just give him a new contract, bro. Someone like Gumares, you don't really want to lose him like that, bro. Newcastle, that's a big hit. And you're not gonna replace him with someone that's better than him anyway, because their finances ain't in the same place. Now, while we're here, obviously it doesn't show any news about the whole doesn't show any news about I said I Arsenal I move for next Alexis Sanchez. I've always said Alexis Sanchez, bro. What was I gonna say to you, lot? The Rashford's salary is set to increase to 325,000 a week from next month. Tottenham are prepared to match those wage demands if they decide to make a move for the England international this summer. Rashford's salary could play a key role in any potential transfer negotiations. Hey. Nay, listen, we ain't having that, bro. Now, let's let's talk about this 19 hours ago, innit? AC Milan was looking for Jackson. Tokyo stepping up the pursuit of Jackson. And obviously Chelsea are willing to sanction the strike to the party, but only if their 60 million evaluations met. But we now know that AC Milan have ended up buying Ramos. So are they still interested in well, they spent more than the 50 million that they spent on Leao, which was record breaking for the club, which kind of then tells you they ain't gonna spend another 50, 60 on him. So it's doomed. Jackson's doomed. Now, um, Elliot Anderson. Elliot Anderson was someone a lot of clubs looked at this summer or said they were gonna look at this summer. Sorry. Um, he had a good season at Forest, and all of a sudden the fee went from 75 or 60 million to 80 million. It's only he's in the World Cup now, so now they're asking for 100 million. And essentially, from what we've heard, the full fee is 160 million, will fully be paid up front, no add-ons. Yeah. Now, some of you might say it's calm. Some of you might say, well, first I think Fabrizio and other people reported 130 million. But now, City have always had a problem with their backline. Sorry, with their midfield and runners. Yeah, that's the thing that we seen in the last this previous season. Well, the season just ended, and the season before that. Yeah, when they had the stinker season. Those 2 seasons, they were missing that legs in midfield, and obviously one of the seasons, Rodri's been injured, and he played a part season this season. They had no legs. Kovacic, who had legs, is not as he's not the same as he was before. Reinders isn't considered someone that has legs. Like they don't really have legs and physicality in midfield, and they needed someone like that. Now, some people might say, yeah, some City fans might say, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, whatever that saying is. Yeah, so you paying the price to what that item means to you. They might be so desperate to get someone like Anderson in their team that they're willing to spend whatever it takes. Whether I agree on that, that's a different story, yeah. But they've spent more than 40 million above the money that I would have spent on him. I think 65, 70 would have been max. And if we were desperate, maybe an 80. 80 would have been the max I spent on him. I don't know what you lot say in the chat. If you think if you would have spent more money or less money, let me know. You know what I'm saying? But 160 million pounds for Anderson. If he had left City, I would have kind of seen it. So if he went left City and went to a Real Madrid or Barcelona or Bayern Munich, you know what I'm saying, developed his career more, that's the kind of money you're talking. Yeah. So for me personally, this is a mad amount of money, yeah, to be spending on a on man said 120 million for bees and toast. Bro, it's crazy. Like it's genuinely crazy. So, and man said the money will be paid full in full, up front, no add-ons. Boom. Do you get me? Like they're doing the casino thing. They're doing the deal on the table, the bag of money, just the duffel bag, bro. Here's your 160 million. Give me the keys. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the dealer, yeah, I tried this car. Give me the keys. That's it. Maranaka's game weren't gonna be that easy. Now, big up to Wolfie. Wolfie was saying in the group chat earlier. Listen, and we obviously we sold him for a lot of money, more than I ever expected. But I think he'll be worth more in the future. Like he feels like he's gonna be worth more in the future, but to me, I still think it's very risky. You know what I'm saying? I still think it's very, very risky to what's it called to do it in that aspect. Hey, big up to Barca Reacts for the raid, bro. I appreciate that, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Big up to my bro Barca Reacts. Make sure you subscribe to his channel as well. Yeah. And listen, listen, Eunice, bro. I was doing the stream before this one, and the stream died on me, bro. Yeah. Because we were talking about the Rafinha thing and a chat dark. We were talking about the Rafinha thing. We were looking into it because some people asked me some questions. I was like, listen, I don't know what's going on. Let me have a look, bro. The stream ended. Yeah, even I was like, hold on. I moved my mouse. The mouse ain't moving. I was like, yo, you get me? So we had to kind of move on from that. We had to move on, bro. I don't need any. You know, I don't need that Ghanaian Donny, bro, to start messing with my PC or anything like that. Listen, yeah. Hi, Yasser. Just so you know, Eunice and I are brothers from waist below. Hey, listen, bro. Listen, bro. Listen. Hold on.
And well, guys, if I could still show you around, here is the biggest, gayest man in the world.
I ain't having it. You know what it was? Me personally, I ain't having it, bro. We ain't having that. Hey, big up to Dan. Big up to Dan. Big up to everyone in the chat. You know what I'm saying? The man them are starting to pull up. Hey, listen, your boy Rafinha, bro. We were trying to read the article, and then the computer froze, bro. We don't know what his dad's doing, bro. Is he taking my battery percentage from my house or voltage? What is he doing, bro? Tell him to leave me alone. You know that one. I don't know what's going on with that brother, bro. He dipped from the World Cup, and that's it. You know what I mean? But big up for the raid. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, let's get into it, bro. We were talking about this 116 million. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what Marinakis is doing, bro. That's what Marinakis is doing, bro. You get me, man? Sitting there chilling. You know what I'm saying? He's chilling. Yo, bro, the market's cooked. The market is cooked, bro. So are you telling me that we're supposed to sell a player that is closer to his peak to Real Madrid from for less, yeah, than that these men are sending thingy? So you telling me? So yo, we might as well ask 160 million for Enzo then. We might as well ask 160 million for Enzo. You get me? This is weird, bro. Of 160 million, bro. Well, it would have been funny if they paid 115. You know, just the troll, bro. Just pay 115. Yeah, just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it moving, bro. Yeah, Thiago Silva went back to, is it Fluminense, chap? He went back to Fluminense, innit? And done his 1 or 2 seasons at Porto, won the league, and just dipped back to Brazil, bro. Because remember, this is what I'm saying. They first said it was 130 and then tracked back and start saying that it's 115. So, yeah. Other than that, I don't, bro. For me, Real Madrid have put their interest in Nico Schlotterbeck on hold after the Borussia Dortmund defender suffered a ligament tear in his left ankle. The injury is expected to keep Schlotterbeck sidelined for around 8 weeks, ruling him out of the World Cup. Despite the setback, Los Blancos have not ended their interest, with the defender's recovery set to influence their next move. Remember, chat, when I was saying that he was the Fofana, the German Fofana, bro? If you looked at his injury record, bro, he's the German Fofana, bro. You get me? Big up to Claude Debussy, bro. Big up to you. Hey, Mateo Kovacic has emerged as a transfer target for both Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa ahead of the summer window. Man City are willing to listen to offers for the Croatian midfielder. The mad thing is, City paid all that money up front, bro. You know what I'm saying? Up front. Other than that, bro, the Morgan Rogers thing is one thing. You know what I'm saying? And other than that, bro, like, it's just, we need to see what happens with the Lacroix deal. Obviously, I'd argue Nico Jackson's worth just as much as Ramos, if not more. Hey, we actually saw that earlier, yeah? And I said that to the chat. Obviously, a lot of you came late. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. And what's it called? Support the channel. Big up to Barca Reacts for the raid again. But let's get back into it. And I think they said Chelsea value Jackson at 60 million euros. Yeah, and that's I'm pretty sure that's probably around the money they spent on Goncalo Ramos. Yeah, they're saying that AC Milan have reached an agreement to sign Ramos from PSG in a club record deal. The Portugal international move is set to become the biggest signing in Milan's history, bro. Surpassing the fee paid for Leao, and I think they paid 50. It's also Serie A's most expensive transfer since Inter signed Romelu Lukaku for 74. So if they paid more than that, that's crazy. I thought when they said 50 million earlier in the other tweet, yeah, as in it's more than the 50 that they paid for Leao. I was thinking, right, well, maybe 55, 60. But there's no way you go and spend more than 74 million euros that you paid for Lukaku. That what the Inter paid for Lukaku. So it's a league's most expensive transfer, bro. He ain't even on that level. He's not really near. I don't think he's probably has better finisher instinct um than Jackson, but you wouldn't necessarily put him in. Nah, it's not even 74. The 74 chat is what Inter paid for Lukaku. They're saying that it's gonna be more. Look, the Portugal internationals move is set to become the biggest signing in Milan's history, surpassing the fee paid for Leao in 2019. It's also Serie A's most expensive transfer since Inter signed Romelu Lukaku for 74 million euros, which means it's going to be more than 74. That's the point I'm trying to make. They could have bought Jackson because I read earlier, yeah, that Chelsea value Jackson at 60. Yeah. So if Chelsea values Jackson at 60, then that don't make sense, lad. You know what I'm saying? Because you could have got a Jackson for 60 and AC Milan were interested in Jackson. That's the bit that don't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Generally, that doesn't make sense to me. I would rather just grab Jackson. Sorry, I think he was already getting his. Yeah, I forgot that Amarim is there. I just remembered that Amarim is there. Yeah, so he's essentially trying to just keep trying to bring a Portuguese Donny in. Here you go, AC Milan. This was 11:30 p.m. So last night. Yeah, AC Milan are stepping up their pursuit for Jackson ahead of potential summer move. Chelsea are willing to sanction the strikers of the party, but only if their 60 million euro valuation is met. The Rossoneri are now pushing to see if an agreement can be reached with the Blues. Now, if in my mind, I think that this deal's collapsed. If this was even a deal, I think it's collapsed. Yeah, because if they've paid that much money for La Ramos, they're not gonna come around and pay 60 for Jackson. Yeah, I don't expect it to be either, but I wouldn't be surprised then if these men found money somewhere and they just throwing it away again. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Yeah, Amarim's already ruining everything, bro. He's already ruining everything. Give us 60 for Jackson. I would have been smiling ear to ear on stream, bro. I would have been so happy, yeah. Smiling, bro. I would have been lit. 60 for Jackson, bro. Oh, do you get me? Now that I've been smiling. But other than that, it's the same story. Fernandez is another brother that they won 65, 70 million for from West Ham just because everyone bro, people think that the football market's like the house market, the housing market. If you just buy a plot of land today, tomorrow is more expensive than yesterday. Like the price only goes up, it never goes down. Like your player that you bought got relegated. You're not in the greatest financial situation. Yeah. So you're supposed to just say, you know what? If I could just get my money back or get a couple million or sell on clause or something to get a certain percentage if it gets sold on, great. Instead, because everyone's making good money now in when it comes to like the earnings in terms of the whole Premier League clubs, even the ones at the bottom, they're able to say no. They could just say I don't want to. And there's nothing you could do about it. There's nothing you could do about it, bro. Which is what I said earlier, and at the same time I said there's a certain level of importance of an Anderson type player to City that people don't understand. Now, I don't agree with the level of money they're spending on him, but I just think that City needed legs in midfield for ages, innit? So if they can just get an Anderson, prem proven, show this level, can improve in the future, bring him in, he might not be worth 116. All they've done is essentially if they can sell him for more in the future, yeah, if he does reach certain levels and that, or if they kind of do what they've been doing in the last couple of years in terms of winning trophies, maybe not as consistently because Maresca's not Pep, but if they do keep on winning here and there, his value slightly gonna go up anyway. Yeah, even though this is not his real value, but if they end up winning a big trophy, people might come and try swooping and thingy. But then from City, where do you really go? You have Real Madrid, Barca, and maybe a Bayern Munich or something. Real Madrid, I'm probably not gonna slap money on you unless Florentino Perez wakes up Sunday and says Anderson is a Galactico. You know that unless he makes that it says something like that, I ain't seeing it happening, innit? That's me being honest. So, but if they do, obviously big up Wolfie, innit? He said earlier, yo, I didn't think we'd get this kind of money for Anderson, but if we do, I still think it'll be worth more in the future. Now, whether I agree with that or not, that's a story for another day. We'll have to see. None of us here have a, you know what I'm saying? None of us here have the future oracle thing, or whatever the ball, whatever people call it, bro. The magic ball. We can't tell you what's gonna happen in the future, innit? But yeah, we never got told how much to bid. You never told us how much the bid is, though. That's the weird thing about the Goncalo Ramos thing. They're just telling us where and whereabouts, but they're not really telling us how much it is. So listen, it's just one of them situations, and I don't know. Onana's going back to Strasbourg on loan again, so he's not in Manchester United's plans. Um, Everyone's just trying to dismantle Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think João Gomez is linked to Atletico, another club. Fiorentina's trying to sign Hugo Bueno. Like, this is the problem with getting relegated, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's actually the problem. Um, we're also linked to Chelsea are leading the race to sign young Como centre back Jacobo Ramon. He's one of the several names under consideration for a central defensive addition to the squad. But I've already read earlier and showed you lot, yeah, that he's not high on our list. He might be good on the list, but he's not higher than Lacroix and some of these other players, innit? Now, if we end up signing him, he could potentially be the what's it called? He could potentially be the future random signing, innit? West Ham United forward Jared Bones open to joining Everton this summer. Probably link up with David Moyes. Uh, Other than that, yeah, he said any updates for Rashford. Okay, we read earlier. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can find this. Let me see. I couldn't believe what I was reading, bro. Yeah, listen, I call this page the rumors page, innit? Some of it might be true, some of it might not be true. There's nothing I can confirm with this. You get me? It comes from Team Talk and all these other like um pages, so don't really take it with a pinch of salt. Maybe this is a start of something and then it accelerates in the future. Maybe there is real um interest in the player in it. But to me, until I see a player sign, I'm not someone that talks a lot about a player without seeing him sign in it. But now, big up to Charles in the chat. Is that a West Ham badge? So sorry. I said West Ham when I meant Wolverhampton, bro. Now, Rashford's United salary is set to increase to 325 a week from next month. Tottenham are prepared to match those wage demands if they decide to make a move for the England international this summer. Yeah, if they decide to make a move, they haven't made the move. This is why, um, you know, what I'm saying this is why I don't get played by some of these man. Yeah, if they decide, they might not decide to make a move. Rashford's salary could play a key role in any potential transfer negotiation. Rashford's wages are so high, yeah, that even if clubs want him, I think if his wages were lower, Barca would have probably kept him. But Barca would have kept him, bro. You get me? So The wages thing, as much as people always get onto my club and say the wages, 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 yeah, it's done, bro. Too costly, bro. 25, you paid him 325. He's not really in his prime. Well, he's in his prime in terms of his like career, like in terms of where he can go from his career, but in terms of what he's doing, like people are acting like his move to Barcelona gave him CPR, he's back, doing the mad thing. He's not, bro. Sancho dropped his wages to move and people slandered him, so I can't call it. Yeah, he wants the 325 at Barca. Listen, bro. Listen, I know that if once you get a certain amount of wages, whether it's at work as a normal individual or the more money you get, it's you probably still want to stick to that kind of money, in it. You'd rather have more money than less money. I kind of hear it, but in my opinion, bro. This is United's fault, bro. They slapped too much money on him. They essentially this is the thing. Not a lot of people can afford to play 300k plus for a player, bro. You guys seen it earlier, my pre in the stream earlier, bro. The reason we got Palestra from Atalanta, was it Atalanta? I don't even know what team he came from, but the reason we got him over Inter is because we paid more wages than them, bro. We offered him more wages. And I don't know, we don't really know what wages he's on really, yeah, but imagine we are in the Premier League, we get looked at like we are quite like stingy with the wages. Not really stingy, but we want to keep under a wage cap. And a lot of people know the wage cap is 150, innit? Now you might get bonuses and things that put you on more than that, but that's based on the team's performance and your individual performance. And if you hit those targets, you essentially get the full amount or more than what's on the paperwork, innit? But your base wages or your basic wage is 150 or less than 150. A lot of our players on like 50, 60k, whatever, yeah. But he's from club, so any fee is a profit. Yeah, that's fair. But this is the point. For a man to have to be on 325 because they wanted to fed like push away like all the big teams and he's gonna be at United. They're trying to get him off the wage bill, bro. They can't. They thought that if he done well at Barca might sign him. They're not. They only put 30 million on him, bro, and they still didn't sign him. They signed Gordon for 80 million or 70 something million, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry if I'm wrong, yeah. And he's probably gonna be on like 200, 250, something like that. Yeah, which is probably double or close to like a 30% or something like that. Like he's gonna be on a big wages like increase, yeah. And he's still not gonna be on the same amount of wages as Rashford. They're probably looking at it thinking, well, Gordon's younger. If Gordon does well in the team and the system suits him, we might be able to slap big money on him. And if he moves somewhere else, there's still some value to him in it. Yeah, but Rashford, if we give him a 4-year contract and he stays there for 4 years, within the 3 years or something, he will ask for like a can I get more money type beat. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden he's on 350 or free whatever. And then they can't move him on and they're stuck with him. Because it's only a couple of years. He's probably only gonna get one contract at Barcelona. Once he hit 30, they're gonna try and move him on. Or they might even move him on try to move him on before that. But they won't be able to. I think he's 28. He's 28. He's not 26. Rashford's 28. So if he gets one contract, he wants it to be a fat contract. Because after that, his contracts are going to be. Well, obviously, a lot of clubs don't do that anymore. But remember, Chelsea, once you hit 30, you get like a 1 year and you keep extending. Yeah, so you don't even have the comfort of having that 3, 4 years on your contract. So, listen, bro, Rashford for me, not necessarily done out here, yeah, but he needs to go to a club that suits him and needs to not just take a pay cut, bro. Just if you really wanted to be at Barcelona, yeah, take the pay cut and just enjoy life and kick ball, bro. And then if you get lucky, you might get a better move later on. You know what I'm saying, or whatever it is. But at this point, you've earned a lot of money. You've been on this 300k a week wages for a while. You get me? I don't. Yeah, we don't know if his family members are taking 80% and that, like Rafinha's dad. Yeah, maybe he needs the money. You know what I mean? Maybe he needs the money. I don't know. But like I said to you lot, yeah, it's just bro. He did want to cut 200K. Listen, that'd be fair, but bro, I don't even know what to expect. Like he's so you don't really know what to expect when it comes to this brother, like in terms of his wages and that. So is he willing to take the wage cut? Is he? Like, there's so many questions in it. Take all the yeah, like, that's what I'm saying, bro. If his contract expires, it's just that is bro. It's crazy, bro. Free ads, how greedy. Listen, I didn't choose the ads, bro. You know what I'm saying? So is the when I realized receipts pulling up, you think I'm saying, yo, throw the ads in, bro. I'm just here chilling, bro. Big up to my bro Rashid. Make sure you subscribe to Rashid, people, bro. That's my brother, bro. I'm gonna have to get him on the channel as well. You and I need to talk. You know them ones. We need to talk, lad. You know, it's been a while. But other than that, listen, let Yasser get some money, cause hey, eh, the YouTube thing ain't on the money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really about the money, bro. If you lot knew how much the streams make, yeah, you'd laugh. Yeah, the people that know, brother, the streams make pennies, bro. Yeah, if you're lucky, you hit a pound. I'll be honest with you, like. But that doesn't matter. Innit? We do it for the love of the game, fam. You know that, boss. We do it for the love of the game. Yeah, Rashford has looked better than Gordon in these World Cup matches. Fact. Yep. But yeah, listen, bro. A man said this brother if 325K a week. I was a bit like, bro. Some of these man are moving mad. Now, obviously, we found that Goncalo Ramos to AC Milan, and we got this one as well, Stefan De Vrij to Panathinaikos. You know, hey, I ain't seen this brother in the World Cup. Yeah, so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's Ramos set to join Milan from PSG. Yeah, Ben Jacobs confirmed that Liverpool are yet to make a second bid for Diamande. Hey, chat, let's talk about Diamande, innit? What do you lot think about Diamande, bro? Let me know what you think of Diamande. If Gordon somehow ends up balling, Blake needs to have a henny on his table. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, like if he can find a way to make it work, because Gordon's good on the transition, innit? When he can run with the ball and that, he can get something out of him, bro. And when he has so many good players around him, he's gonna have to end up stepping up his level, bro. If you get something of Rashford, you could probably find something from Gordon. You know what I mean? So it just is what it is. Inter finally cleaning house. They've needed to do that since PSG smoked them in the Champions League final. Yeah, but what's Inter? Yeah. They needed to get rid of some of these old players, bro. These man thought in some ways they're gonna do the old player thing. It ain't gonna work. But what do you guys think of Diamande, chat, bro? Don't be slow. There's 20 people in the building. Thoughts of Diamande? Do you not think he's a baller? Do you think he's worth 100 and what was it again, chat? 120 million euros or something crazy? Because what I've seen from this brother at the World Cup, don't shoot the messenger, bro. Yeah, don't shoot the messenger, bro. It's dark. I don't want him at Chelsea. Oh, yeah, okay, like Chelsea. Okay, that makes sense. Forget him. I don't want him at Chelsea. I already told you, like, bring me Iliman and Jai. But I've watched this brother. I watched 2 games or 3 games. Yeah, I watched the Germany Ivory Coast. I watched Ivory Coast against another team. I don't remember who the other team was, but I watched that one and I watched like another one. I'm telling you, man, the way this brother runs the ball out of play, bro, he's like a quick, I don't know, he's like a quick Madueke or something, bro. He is, bro, that brother, every time he gets the ball, the way the ball goes out the play, yeah, I tried to see him take a touch on the ball and out, bro. Dark. We got cooked for getting Gittins for 50. Forget, bro, he's not. He looks good because he's very quick. He got the quick feet, so he makes it look like he's doing bad things. But bro, here and there, cool. I've seen quality. I'm not gonna come here and say he's got no qualities. Yeah, like he's not. Like, I'm not saying he's a Garnacho, bro. Like he's got qualities, innit? But I think he's more of an athlete than a footballer, bro. Man said Noni Diamante. Noni Diamante. You get me? Noni Diamond, bro. I don't know. Don't Diamond is him. Don't listen to Yasser, bro. Paid 130 million. See, at first when I read it, I was like, bro? What's going on with Inos? Then I realized mind games, bro. Same way the 116 is a good price. Yeah, pay the money. You know, and pay 130, bro. They're gonna tell us FSG showed ambition. Yeah, that's what they're gonna say. FFG showed ambition, but Barcola's scrub as well. Barcola's a scrub. I ain't having it, bro. Another guy, bare pace. Man, are screaming bare money for him because he got dreads and that. People want to tell me he's a baller on the left wing, but bro, what you seeing from him at the Champions League final is what he does most of the time. Most of the time, that's what he does. Here and there, he has his moments. He'll score a good goal. He has his weird moments where he bags goals like he did against us, but then you never really see him bag goals like that outside of the box all the time. He wasn't there bagging shots from outside the box against Arsenal where we needed him. Like, he's not on that. You get me? He's not on that. I'm telling you, bro. No. I don't expect everyone to get I don't expect everyone to get thinky though. I don't expect everyone to have a good end product, bro. You either have end product or you don't. Like it's very the line in between where people can go from one side to another. It's a fine line where you can actually be not good with your end product and then end up improving or having a great end product and falling off. You either have it or you don't have it. It depends on what's in your game. His team, the team he was at was winner. Yeah. He's French and he plays for PSG. Yeah, he's French and he's at PSG, man. Then, bro. Of course, he's gonna win one way or another. Yeah, one way or another, he's gonna win. So, when you say he ain't far of Quenda, do you mean he's above Quenda or below Quenda? When I watched Quenda in early group stages and that at Sporting, yeah, before he got injured, he was looking mad. What was it? It's called. Is it called the group stages or the league table? When the beginning league phase was on in the Champions League, he was cooking people, bro. Diomande, I don't think he's bad, but bro, it's hey, I'm hearing that brother at right wing back 2 goals, bro. Man, like Nicolas Pepe, bro. Yeah, they were making him hold bench. Now he got 2 goals. He got 2 goals. But I was told when I said in that stream, yeah, the Ivory Coast stream, yeah, it was in Germany. Drop him. I said, yo, listen, take Diomande off. Why is Pepe not starting, bro? Pepe put it on a plate for one of them brothers, bro. But bro, listen, it's dark. You know what I'm saying? It's dark. Yeah, Palestra 6+1 contract. He has a 6-year contract with 1 year to extend if you want to. Now let's see. Elliot Anderson expected to join City from Nottingham Forest on a 5-year contract plus one option to extend by 12 months. They do that to get the extra years. 23-year-old midfielder MCFC deal could be worth up to 300k a week across duration of terms if bonuses achieved. So that means his wages are less than 200, 300k, but with the bonuses could be up to 300. So that doesn't mean he's gonna have that, but he was earning 40k a week at um Forest. His story changed in a minute. His annual salary is currently around 14.4 million. Nah, I don't know. Maybe, but listen, this. What you got to do English tax. These are really crazy figures. I hope this is not another Calvin Phillips. If it is, I will be there. That you know who that is? Yeah, that's iNotes. That's iNotes. Chat. That's how iNotes is walking around. That's how iNotes is walking around, bro. And he say every time, bro, every time that brother plays rubbish, bro. Guys, remember, guys, you know the words. Yeah. How much you spent on him, bro? Dark. Who's going to be the next big honor to follow Isak? The country has less than 4 million people, and they still got to start. China and India have never produced a successful person. Well, not necessarily successful person. You mean successful footballer? Because I don't remember any Chinese footballers, and I don't remember any Indian footballers. So maybe you call me narrow-minded. You get me, but that's a story for another day. Like I don't, my football knowledge doesn't expand that far. You get me? I didn't really play. I didn't grow up playing Football Manager and that, so I don't know. Uh, but I don't know what you mean with like, what are you talking about when you say to follow Isak and that? Because Isak plays for Sweden. Like Sweden, there's bare ballers in Sweden. So like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Across starting for France. That's the thing about buying players early. If man gets injured, we're stressed. You get me? That's why. Yeah, it's not just that they want to build their own league. They don't really like sending players overseas or like the inter owners. They don't like them spending money overseas. They want their money to stay in their countries. So it is what it is, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? That's their thing. That's their preference. They could do what they like. You get me? Who's the league guy, bro? What about that league guy at Sociedad? Who's the league guy at Sociedad? Lee Sociedad. Lee Chun Soo. Hey, South Korean, and he's retired, fam. You know that you're wrong. Hey, hey, bro. South Korean forward Lee Chun Soo played for Real Sociedad from '03 to '05. You know that ones. You're wrong. There was a Chinese brother. I read the article during the Chinese Super League. Hey, listen, let me check. Best. I'm gonna do the basic thing, bro. Best Chinese footballer of all time. Evaluating the best Chinese football players often split into three distinct categories. Sun Jihai men's, Wu Lei men's, and Sun Wen women's. A more localized breakdown of the specific roles, often regarded by fans and pundits as the best male player. Sun is celebrated for his incredible consistency in the world's most competitive league. He spent six highly successful seasons in the Premier League with Man City from '02 to '08. Ah, that's what you're talking about, probably. Played in the Prem. Sun made 130 league appearances for City, became the first East Asian player to score in the Premier League, and remains one of the most successful Chinese exports to European football. Wu Lei, best forward domestic legend. If the title belongs to the greatest offensive talent and most prolific goalscorer, Wu Lei claims the top spot. He's the all-time record goalscorer for Chinese national team, um, and is the talisman striker for Shanghai Port. During his time in La Liga with Espanyol 2019 to 2022, he became the first Chinese male player to score against Barcelona. He holds the record for the most goals in the Chinese Super League. Wu Lai. Sun Wen is not only the undisputed greatest female player in China, but universally recognized as one of the greatest players in the history of women's football. She led the famous Steel Roses to a runner-up finish at 1999 Women's World Cup, where she won both the Golden Ball and Best Players and honors of the female best player of the century. Alongside USA's Michelle Akers, she finished her international career with an incredible one. Fairs. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they're too busy doing other sports, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fencing, like, what's the other one called? Like ping pong. Like, there's bare other sports that these man dominate, bro. They're looking at football saying, nah, that's not. We got a little other gap in the market. You know what I'm saying? We could do better. I don't even know. It's Kung Fu Chinese or my. I don't know. Like, there's bare the things that they dominate, bro. They don't need to dominate this one. Hey, chat. What we saying? We got another number, bro. Ramos already completed medical as new AC Milan player. 5-year deal agreed. His agent, Jorge Mendes. Record signing approved by Gary. Fee to be over 70 million euros if the add-ons are met. Ooh. Hey, big up to Hassan, bro. Big up. I hope you're good, bro. I've been watching some of the streams when I had time, bro. Dark. Yeah, man's doing Jordan streams 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I'm literally watching before I get into work, bro. But listen, big up to Hassan every time. Hey, these man, bro, you could have got Jackson for 60, bro. You literally could have got Jackson for 60. So I don't know, but Ceballos has been released. Wallahi, bro. Hassan, I've been sleeping at the chat notes. I've been sleeping. I've been falling asleep on streams 9, 10 o'clock, bro. Yesterday I fell asleep at 7 p.m. I woke up at midnight. I missed all the games, and I just went straight back to sleep. I've been waking up 4 a.m. to go work. You come back, you're just tired, bro. So I can't even watch the late game. I didn't watch the Holland game yesterday, midnight. I told man if I watch any of those games, Khalas fired. Yeah. Khalas fired, bro. I'll be joining Ahmed, bro. Just doing long streams every day, just there, every day. You know what I'm saying? You got nothing to do, just stream. But yeah, other than that, there's no news, bro. You get me? There's no news. It's dry. Some people are saying we get the Lacroix bomber and that. The brother's playing, bro. We ain't getting no bomber. And if we do, we do. I'll probably come back and do. I'll probably do a video. I got a bit of time this weekend, so if anything happens, I'll be here in it. But other than that, let's see who is live. We'll send the redirect. You never know, bro. Maybe Hassan's going live. I'm gonna be live anyway for that game, innit? One of the games. I'll be live for one of the French game. French Norway, innit? I'll be there, but I ain't set the stream up yet. So you lot could come back and see what we're doing later. You know what I'm saying? Pull up, show some love. I'll send you lot over to Saad, innit? He looks like he's live. Everyone else, I don't know if they're live or not. So I'll send you lot over to Saad. You guys already know what to do. What should we tell Saad, bro? What we're gonna say? What we're gonna tell Saad in the chat, bro? You know what? Just put Yasser TV raid in it. Just Yasser TV raid. Yasser TV raid. Show some love over there. Big up. Make sure your notifications are set to on. Big up to my boy I know, to Uniqueness, and everyone else in the chat as well. You guys already know what to do. Show love on the other channel. Subscribe to their channel and like like their video or stream. It's free. Show some support, and if you enjoy the content, stay and be engaging and all that. You know what I'm saying? I love for all the love. Big up to Barca Reacts, my brother, for the raid as well. And yeah, listen, we're out. You know what I'm saying? We're out. Love.